Hello, wealth tycoons. If you like hip-hop, you would have definitely heard the name Jay-Z. Familiar, right? Well, Jay-Z's story is one of the most inspiring rags to riches stories of our time. He was born Shawn Carter in the rough Brooklyn area of Marcy projects. The man went from being poor to becoming a billionaire and a famous person around the world with his sheer dedication. From living on the streets to running billion-dollar businesses, his path was marked by music, business, and an unbreakable spirit. From being a person of reform to the villain of industry. Yes, this is also the truth. How things shaped up for him and how his ruined image still pays him millions. That is all we are going to touch upon in this video. So stay with us till the end to find out how lavish yet controversial a businessman can be. So let's get started. Shawn Carter, aka Jay-Z, grew up in the Marcy projects, a tough neighborhood. Jay's dad left when he was young, so his mom raised him and his brothers by herself. Due to Jay's rough locality, he had to deal with crime, drugs, and the everyday problems of just getting by. For him, these were not just movie scenes. They were things he saw every day himself. To stay alive, people had to often fit in, figure out how to stay safe, and make hard decisions when they were young. As a teen, Jay-Z became interested in the fast-paced life of the streets, especially selling drugs. It was hard for him to say no to quick cash, especially when it meant he could help his family and make the future better. But he was not just a con artist, he had another side. As the 1980s came to a close, rap music was becoming a strong voice for urban youth, and Jay-Z loved it. He would listen to hip-hop for hours on end, taking the time to learn the beats and words and practicing his own rhymes. He used rap not only as a way to pass the time, but also as a way to express his feelings, thoughts, and experiences. In his songs, he could talk about how hard life was for him in Brooklyn, how he hoped for a better future, and how hard every day was for him. After all, art can be one's medium for redemption and gaining themselves back. The same thing happened with the world-famous Jay-Z's early experiences with drugs and crime not only changed his life, but they also had a huge impact on his music. He wrote honest songs that often showed how a young man was trying to stay alive in a cruel world. Unlike some artists who make up stories, Jay-Z's songs were based on his own life, which made them accessible to a wide audience. But at first, the music business was not exactly friendly toward him. It's possible that labels didn't want to sign him because of his unique style or because he was new to the scene. Jay-Z didn't give up. He took things into his own hands. He helped to start Roc-A-Fella Records in 1995 with his friends Damon Dash and Kareem Biggs Burke. It was risky to do this, since small labels didn't have as much power in the business as the big names. But with Roc-A-Fella, Jay-Z was able to make and share music in a way that was true to his roots and his story. He took a chance because he believed in himself and his skills. Jay-Z's first record, Reasonable Doubt, came out in 1996 on his own label. The album showed his life events, from his tough childhood to his street smarts, and it got good reviews. It didn't become a big hit right away, but it was the start of his real career as a rapper and made him a unique voice in hip-hop. Jay-Z was good at rapping and playing with words from a young age. As he became more respected in New York's underground rap scene, more people noticed. He stood out in local rap fights, which were very competitive at the time, thanks to his clever lyrics and smooth flow. Hip-hop was at its best in the 1990s, and New York City was its beating heart. Rap music was becoming more popular thanks to artists like the notorious Big, Nas, and Wu-Tang Clan. Jay-Z was right there in the middle of it all. He worked with people who would go on to become famous, like Biggie and his mentor Jaz-O. They helped him get started in the music business and showed him how to record and produce music. Jay-Z had a plan. He wasn't just focusing on one record. He was getting more fans, becoming respected in the hip-hop world, and making a name for himself in the business. What made things even more interesting was that he wasn't just a rapper. From the start, Jay-Z had bigger plans. He wasn't afraid to say that he saw himself as a businessman and mogul. He once said that he was not a businessman, but a businessman. This meant that he was completely focused on making smart moves, building his brand, and taking charge of his job. Jay-Z used this vision to grow over the years, starting successful businesses, investing in big brands, and finally becoming a billionaire. It all began with that small record label called Roc-A-Fella. It was a risky move that let him make his own way without waiting for anyone else to say it was okay. In 1999, Jay-Z took a big risk to move beyond music by helping to start Roc-A-Wear, a clothing brand that would become a big deal in the fashion world. Looks like this man was unleashed, and he was going to make a change. Little did anyone know what the future held for him. Hip-hop was not just a style or music trend at the time, it was also a time for big opportunities, and Jay-Z saw one of them. Roc-A-Wear was not just a store that sold clothes, it was hip-hop itself. Rap fans could now get jeans and hats that have the bold, edgy look of hip-hop. This move into fashion was not just a side project. It took off quickly and is now very famous all over the world. As of 2007, Roc-A-Wear had done so well that it got the eye of big investors. The move by Jay-Z to sell Roc-A-Wear for a huge $204 million was a huge financial win for him. The sale was more than just a way to make money. It showed that Jay-Z was more than just a singer. By making Roc-A-Wear a success, he showed that his ideas went beyond music. He was now a business leader to be reckoned with. While this was going on, Jay-Z's music business was on fire. This is his record, Vol. 2. It was a huge hit, going platinum, and had hit songs like Hard Knock Life, Ghetto Anthem. This song became famous because it sampled music from the show Annie, which gave it a catchy, unique sound that made it stand out. A lot of people talked about Jay-Z at the time because he could tell great stories and had a smooth flow. After the success of this record, he was no longer just another rapper. He was a well-known hip-hop artist. After making a name for himself in music and fashion, he looked for more ways to expand his business. He found them in strange places. One of these was a chain of sports bars called the 40/40th Club, which he opened so that people could watch sports in a classy setting. It became a hit right away because it combined the thrill of sports with the glitz and glamour of a bar. Fans and celebrities alike loved going there. But the 40/40th Club wasn't the end. Jay-Z kept looking for new and different ways to invest, and he ended up with a wide range of investments. He did not just look at the usual business choices. Instead, he spread his work to help businesses in a range of areas, from tech startups to real estate firms and more. Because he was very selective with his investments, he was able to have a big effect on fields that were not usually associated with hip-hop. In 2006, he made one of his most famous moves when he joined forces with Armand de Brignac, a high-end champagne brand that is often called the Ace of Spades. This was not just any champagne. Each bottle had a striking silver finish and a big spade logo. Jay-Z saw right away why it was appealing. He saw that it could become an icon in and of itself, something that would stand for both wealth and the society he was very close to. He brought more than just money to the brand when he joined. He also brought his star power and impact. Because he linked Ace of Spades to hip-hop, it became the champagne of choice for parties in the business. It turned into more than just a drink. It became a sign of success. That gave Armand de Brignac an edge because he could combine his singing career with his business tasks. He spread the brand to more people through music videos, social media, and his own support, making it a part of pop culture. Alcohol, like champagne, was not just for special events anymore. It stood for a certain way of life. It paid off for him. Armand de Brignac became a very good investment over time, and its value went up with every bottle that was popped at fancy parties or on stage. Eventually, the brand did so well that big investors became interested in it. Jay-Z sold a big piece of Armand de Brignac to LVMH in 2021. LVMH is the company behind well-known names like Louis Vuitton and Dom Perignon. This deal was not just about making money, it was a huge honor for his ability to build and boost brands. You can imagine how phenomenal Jay-Z was getting with each day, right? If you find this video as phenomenal as the hip-hop legend, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Coming back to the man in this video, Jay-Z made a big move in 2008 that changed his career in the music business. He signed a $150 million deal with Live Nation, a big entertainment company. What an amazing deal. It gave him more freedom and power than most artists ever have. Jay-Z took charge of his shows, merchandise, and his own record label, Roc Nation, thanks to this deal. Roc Nation was not only a record label, but also a huge entertainment company. Jay-Z could sign and handle top artists, put on concerts, and even try his hand at sports management under this umbrella. Along with acts like Jay with Cole as a member, Roc Nation quickly became a major player in the business, proving that Jay-Z was more than just a rapper. Jay-Z didn't stop there though. He moved into streaming because he always likes to think big. In 2015, he bought Tidal, a service that lets you watch music. Oh my God, nothing could stop this man. Growth was like a drug to him. But when a person gets close to owning the world starts disliking him. Though he was celebrating life, life was beginning to test him back. However, he was being brave by going up against big music services like Apple Music and Spotify. Jay-Z, on the other hand, had a different plan for Tidal. He wanted it to be a place that really cared about artists. He advertised Tidal as for artists by artists, which was a unique way to get big names like Kanye West, Beyoncé, and Madonna to sign up. They even became co-owners with him, which made Tidal a huge star. The trip with Tidal was not always easy. Tidal had problems, and it was not easy to compete with big businesses. But Jay-Z stayed true to his dream of giving musicians more creative freedom and fair pay. In 2021, he sold a piece of Tidal to Square, which is owned by Jack Dorsey. This was another smart business move. And this sale did more than just help Tidal. It also added to Jay-Z's already huge wealth. When Jay-Z married Beyoncé in 2008, it was more than just a marriage. They became one of the most famous power couples in showbiz. Beyoncé was already a worldwide star, loved by millions for her stunning looks, powerful performances, and amazing singing. In the rap world, Jay-Z was already a big name. He was known for his catchy lyrics, undeniable ability, and smart business sense. They made a great team that everyone couldn't get enough of when they got together. As a pair, Jay-Z and Beyoncé didn't just mix their personal lives, they also worked together. Hit songs like Crazy in Love and Drunk in Love with them showed how well they got along musically and emotionally. These projects weren't just for fun, they were big events in pop culture that drew fans from all over the world. They worked together on more than just music, though. In 2018, they did a tour together called On the Run 2, which was a huge hit. It wasn't just an event, it was an experience that showed how much they loved each other, how talented they were, and how great they were on stage, all while making them a lot of money. They made waves with more than just their songs. Jay-Z and Beyoncé are both very good at business, and their joint fame has helped them move further into the business world. Jay-Z put money into businesses like the music streaming service, Tidal, and then sold his shares for huge gains. Beyoncé, on the other hand, took risks with her fashion line Ivy Park and her relationships with big brands like Adidas. Together, they showed that they were more than just good singers. They were also smart business people with the drive and vision to stake smart bets and assess risks. Their hard work paid off. Jay-Z and Beyoncé are now not only music stars, but also one of the richest couples in the business. Together, they are worth more than $1 billion, making them a billionaire. If you are enjoying this video so far and you like watching business videos, our channel is full of it. Go, give all those amazing businesses a watch. We are sure these videos will definitely give you a vision. Coming back to our man, people all over the world know Jay-Z, but he has never forgotten where he came from. From living on the streets of Brooklyn to becoming one of the richest and most powerful people in business and music, his story isn't just about fame and money. Since he was young, Jay-Z has always felt a strong connection to the places that helped shape him. He has worked hard to give back and make a real difference for people who are going through similar problems. The Shawn Carter Foundation, which he set up to help poor kids, is one of his most important accomplishments. Jay-Z knows from personal experience how hard it is to get ahead when you don't have the right tools or help. Through this foundation, he helps young people who are smart and motivated, but may not have enough money by giving them scholarships, educational chances, and money. He's giving the next generation a chance at college, jobs, and mentorships by doing this. A lot of the time, Jay-Z says that education can bring about big changes. Through his foundation, he's making sure that more young people can get that education. Jay-Z hasn't just been concerned with education, though. He really wants to change the way the criminal justice system works and deal with social justice problems like police brutality and racial inequality. These aren't just buzzwords for Jay-Z, they're real things he's seen in his own life and in the lives of people in his neighborhood. He has said many times that the criminal justice system is unfair and broken, especially for people of color who are punished more harshly and have fewer chances to make things right. Jay-Z went even further in 2019 in his efforts to change the criminal justice system by helping to create the Reform Alliance, a group whose goal is to change the probation and parole system. Jay-Z has set out to make real structural change with other famous people like rapper Meek Mill and businessman Michael Rubin. The Reform Alliance wants to get rid of old rules that keep people stuck in the system. They are doing a lot of different things, such as pushing for new laws and teaching people about how badly the criminal justice system works. Jay-Z isn't just speaking out when he does his politics and charity work. He's also doing things. That's what makes his work so important. If he says he will do something, he will do it, whether it's paying for lawyers, supporting movements for change, or using his power to start conversations that can lead to action. Now, when you know all this about Jay-Z, and you might have been admiring him, if I tell you this man is caught up with allegations of human trafficking, will you be able to believe it? Even if you do not, celebrities like Rihanna have some honest confessions to make about Jay-Z. There were rumors that Jay-Z and Rihanna were having an affair, even though he was married to Beyoncé at the time. People didn't pay much attention at first because, stories are common in the business world. The whispers didn't go away though, they only got stronger. We have heard Rihanna talking about how she got signed by Jay-Z multiple times, right? The official story sounds good, but the real story may be much worse than we thought. She grew up in Barbados and caught the attention of a music producer who was on vacation by accident. She was brought to the US by herself to meet L.A. Reid and Jay-Z. Strangely, no one thought it was weird that a 16-year-old was in an office by himself until 3 a.m. In this case, Rihanna should have had a parent or guardian with her, just like any other 16-year-old would. But it looked like she was by herself. A girl was nervously waiting in a huge office building because Jay-Z, the boss, was said to be determined to sign her no matter what. Things are sure to get interesting when Jay-Z is on a mission. After that, Rihanna told all about what happened in an interview. She said Jay-Z joked, or maybe he wasn't kidding, that he would throw her out of the window of his 27th floor office if she didn't sign the contract. Rihanna was so scared that she was shaking. The surprise was that when she finally walked into the office, everyone seemed to be very friendly and open. It's not what you'd expect after that window statement, is it? That's when this young girl from Barbados found herself in front of one of the biggest stars in music. What does she need to do? She needs to sing. There was no fancy gear or music in the background, just her words. While singing Pon de Replay and another ballad from her record, she felt the weight of what was going on. Jay-Z looked at her and said, "We sign artists here, not just sing songs." It was quiet for a long time, which made me. It must have been beating fast in Rihanna's chest when Jay-Z said, "I'm interested," allow Rihanna to let out a big sigh of relief. But Jay-Z was not done making fun of people. He then said that there were two ways to leave his office, with a signed contract through the door or the window. Rihanna, who is only 16, is being asked to sign a big deal at 3:30 in the morning. She was only with her boss, no parents or lawyers. Most of us were worried about our chores at that age, not about making deals that would change our lives. The thing is, teens usually can't sign contracts that are legally binding without a parent or adult present. But it looks like those rules didn't apply to Rihanna, no pun meant. It looks like Rihanna gave away more than just her name when she signed a deal. She wasn't sure what she was getting herself into because she was young and far from home. Someone who gives away a lot of money for no reason is crazy. There have been some crazy rumors that Rihanna's dad wasn't Father of the Year material, that he hurt Rihanna and her mom daily, and not just once or twice is what people are saying. And if that wasn't crazy enough, there is a story that he sold Rihanna to Jay-Z for selling people. You did hear that right. Done. Like she was some kind of thing. From here on out, the story only gets worse. According to rumors, Rihanna was not the only woman Jay-Z reportedly trafficked. Not at all. He is said to have been doing this for a very long time, long before Rihanna came along. Also, who else is caught in this web? Emile Whitehead was the first woman to sign with Roc-A-Fella Records. As the saying goes, what happens on tour stays on tour. She went on the Hard Knock Life tour with Jay-Z. Not this time, though. The reports say that Jay-Z made Emile do things she didn't want to do. It was said to be for other guys on the tour as well, not just him. He did this because he liked to watch. That story sounds like a bad reality TV show, but it's not fun to watch. Things get even stranger. People say that at one point, Jay-Z had Emile working closely with Beyoncé. Can you picture that awkward situation? They broke up at some point, but no one knows when or how. If these stories are even slightly true, it sounds like there was a lot more going on behind the scenes. Based on these reports, Jay-Z seems more like a bad guy in a telenovela than a music mogul. His business has been said to be a front for some pretty bad things for years. Well, these stories say she was just one of many. From the stories, it sounds like he's been moving women around for a long time, like pawns in a strange game, just for fun or to help himself. You must be thinking about Beyoncé, right? Well, 50 Cent claims that Beyoncé is not more than a good buddy to Jay-Z, that he is selling for his good. 50 Cent said in an interview in 2009 that Jay-Z had a king complex and couldn't handle fair competition. He said Jay-Z thinks he is better than other people and is ready to betray his closest friends and family for his benefit. These are very serious claims, but 50 Cent is adamant that they are true. A 2016 record by Beyoncé called Lemonade talked about how rough their relationship was. The lyrics on the record, especially in the song Sorry, hinted that Jay-Z was cheating on his wife. The song's reference to a woman named Becky caused a huge stir in the media, with many people trying to guess who this other woman was. A fashion designer named Rachel Roy made things worse with a mysterious Instagram post that made a lot of people think she was the real Becky. A former protection for the couple said that Jay-Z controls Beyoncé with drugs, which adds another layer to this already complicated story. Because of this, some people think that Beyoncé is a victim in this relationship and can't get away from Jay-Z. It breaks my heart to think that one of the most powerful and successful women in the world could be stuck in such a position. Jay-Z's relationships with controversial people like Diddy and R. Kelly make his image even more complicated. Both Diddy and R. Kelly have been accused of major crimes and have had legal problems. 50 Cent says that Jay-Z's close relationships with these people make him look bad and add to the list of things he does that aren't right. A rumor that keeps going around is that Jay-Z has never been loyal to Beyoncé. Several women have come forward over the years to say that Jay-Z made moves toward them. These stories have made people wonder even more about what their relationship is really like. People are also surprised by Jay-Z's relationships with young singers who are easy to influence. He has been tied to several women who were just starting in the music business over the years. Most of the time, these relationships ended badly, leaving the women feeling abused and thrown away. Based on this pattern of behavior, Jay-Z may have a past of using other people to get what he wants. Jay-Z is still one of the most famous and important people in the music business, even with all the bad press. Through business, music, and fashion, he has built a kingdom. Even though his relationship with Beyoncé has been controversial, it has also made him a lot of money. The two of them are very wealthy and have a net worth in the billions. But all the claims and rumors that are going around have hurt their public image. Some of their fans still back them, but others aren't sure if their relationship is real. Many people find it hard to believe that Jay-Z may have used Beyoncé's fame to help his own business. On the other hand, Beyoncé has kept quiet about the details of their relationship. She focuses on her work and music, and she uses her fame to give her fans strength and motivation. It was seen as a strong move on her part to deal with the cheating rumors through her songs instead of directly. It gives her power over the story and lets her say what she feels in her way. The fact that Beyoncé is known as a strong, independent woman makes the story even more complicated. Many people find it hard to believe that she could be controlled or manipulated when she is known for her uplifting songs and messages. Fans are split down the middle, with some supporting the couple's relationship and others wanting Beyoncé to break free. Are you confused about what to infer about Jay-Z now? To see him as a man who is a legend in the music industry and is running businesses like a pro, or someone who uses women for his own good? You might be thinking such things happen in the industry, but is it worth normalizing such a situation? Well, do you believe Jay-Z is as good a person as a businessman? Do share your views in the comments section below. If you enjoyed watching the video, do not forget to appreciate us by giving this video a like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more such videos. See you soon in another video.